Oh God. Better than a Scooby snack, I'm telling you. Really good.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Zach Osendorf, and you're watching The Wash. It's a show where it all comes out, and today I'm joined by two very special guests, Ken and Rick of City. Gentlemen, how are we doing?
Fine.
Awesome.
Yeah? Okay, so we have two kind of generations of city workers here. Rick, you retired. Ken, you are still in the business right now.
Yep.
So how are we feeling with the level of hot sauce here? How are we with hot things?
We're going to find out.
Yeah. So, I'm not a fan of real hot things, but
Yeah.
we'll find out here at Lowe's.
There we go. Starting it off we're just going to jump right in here. All right. So Ken, with that, we'll just jump right in. Oh, no, Rick. You already ate your first wing.
Oh,
Yep.
You don't get a second bite?
Yeah, you can take a second bite if you want.
Well, I think that's what he was going to do. Yeah.
Oh, was that the same one?
yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Go ahead. Don't mind me.
Okay.
How was that
Once
one?
I start eating, it's hard to stop.
Yeah.
All right, so first question is, tell us how you know each other.
Well, when I got off the route, Ken took it over, and he had been here for, I don't know, a couple of years before that.
9 months.
9 months, okay. Well, and I decided I was getting old, so I did a route supervisor change. Ken took over my route. Not to get ahead of himself, but I was on it for 25 years. You were on it 12,
Yeah, 12.
13.
Yeah, something like that.
So the territory we went to, New Hampton and Cresco, actually had two people close to 40 years.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that'll ever repeat itself, because
Right.
that doesn't seem to happen very
Right.
much anymore.
Yeah.
So that's how we met.
Yep.
And again, then I got older, so I retired, and Ken is heading the fort now.
Yeah. All right, so how did you both find your way to City Laundering, and why have you both dedicated your career to City?
Hey, how about you go first?
Well, I didn't go to college. I'm a high school graduate. And believe it or not, my idea of a good job was where I could go drive a truck, and I didn't want to drive semi. Listen to the radio and somebody else buy the gas. That's how I ended up. I played high school baseball. That was over in July. Applied for a job and got hired the same day. That would have been with Roger B.
Right, so 3 generations of Wetlaufer.
Right, and I also worked for her for about 6 months, the founder. So I actually worked for all 4
Yeah,
because I'm old. So I got to work for all 4.
that's cool. That's cool. Ken, what about you?
Yeah, mine's a little different. I was working at a different employer here in town, and working nights. I went through a divorce, and I was granted custody of my daughter. So working nights, daughter's about ready for kindergarten. That's not going to work real well. So I'm looking for work, and I had a cousin, Jerry Van Sickle, was working there. And he was a routeman at the time, and I talked to him, and he said, you got an opening, you should come out and apply. So
Yeah.
came out, interviewed with, I believe it was Ron Lowe at that time. RJ was, running the show at that time. Colin wasn't in the picture, but
Yep.
that's when I started. What was had over 26 years ago now.
That's incredible. And you guys are both, obviously Rick retired, but everybody, you're back here today, so that they must have not have scared you too much. So, what is one of the best pieces of advice you believe a new service rep needs during their first week on the job? So, that brand new RSR starts their first week. What is that one piece of advice you would give them?
There's a lot to absorb, but first of all, be yourself.
Yeah.
Be yourself. A fake doesn't work.
Yep.
Just be yourself.
Right.
And because, like I say, there's a lot to absorb, but
Yep.
I'd call that important.
Yep.
Most
Yeah.
important.
Absolutely. Ken, what about you?
I'd agree with that. Well, mine's probably a little bit different to a certain extent. Get an opportunity to ride with different people, learn the good stuff that they do, grasp it, hold on to it, use
Yeah.
it. It's whatever. There was several people that worked here back when I got hired, and 4 or 5 of them did it identical, and it worked. And it was one of the things that I picked up on was Rick knew everybody's name, Jim knew everybody's name, Steve knew everybody's name, Mark knew everybody's name, Terry knew everybody's name, and that helped me a lot.
Right.
Just watching the good things that they did.
Yeah. Sure, it makes it easier on you if you,
Yeah.
you know, that first week you show up. Rick, we were talking to you earlier. If you know their first name, right? Like, it makes everybody
big deal.
human.
It's
Yeah.
a big deal.
So.
Yep.
Because everybody prefers that.
Yeah. Yep.
They just prefer it.
Yep. So, what is one lesson, professional or personally, that you have learned that has made you a better individual?
When I first started, we didn't have sales reps. You sold your own accounts. But the sales thing, I like that part of it. But I also got respect back when it was RB, Wetlaufer. I remember I hadn't been here very long, but sold a little small account in New Hampton. And when I come back, RB said, "Hey, Rick, you're doing a good job." He said, "I see you sold another account." I said, "Yeah, Raj did. We're walking through the plant." He says, "The only thing I'm going to tell you is we're going to do this because you sold the account and we need the business, but I see the rates on that. And going forward, I want you to know that, you know, this is not a nonprofit organization." So my point is, you guys point across, but it was professional. I get it, Raj. I got you. Going forward, you know, so it wasn't, listen, you haven't been here long and you're not going to be here long because.
Right.
So that was a lot of respect.
Yeah.
To get the message that way. Message delivered. It's the last time we talked about it.
Yeah.
His other favorite saying was, as far as when we talked about business, you know, Rick, when the day comes you and I agree on everything, one of us doesn't have to be here. So I kept selling accounts under rates so I could stay.
Right. Oh my God.
So, but there was you know, again, a lot of respect for the way the message was
Right.
passed across.
Absolutely. Sure. That's.
And I, you know, I tried to use that in my own, like I had said, constructive criticism is okay.
Right. Yep. I'm sure that's stuck with you your whole life. Yeah.
And if that didn't do it, you always had plan B, but like say, you know, constructive criticism, there's nothing wrong.
Right.
That's how we learn.
Yep. Makes you better.
Yeah.
And what about you?
I'm going to go back to riding with this guy early on. Ken, if you just read the invoice, it'll tell you everything you need to know,
Right.
and it's the truth.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get in a little bit of a hurry and you don't quite read everything, and then you forget to drop something off or you forget to do something, but it was one of the things that stuck with me because I screwed it up,
Right.
and because that will ring in my ears forever. The invoice will tell you everything you need to know. Just read it.
Right. We're entering that time in the show now. It's called Explain That Graham, but I thought that was kind of, you know, out of your guys' wheelhouse, you know, with the social media and stuff like that. So I decided to bring in the old picture bit, or scrapbook. So we were kind of looking through it the other day, and
That sounded good.
we found you two.
Well, yeah.
With Mick Gage.
So yeah, just kind of talk to me about that. I know it's during the 100-year celebration and stuff like that, but
Well, there's 3 of us in here, and 2 of them have gained weight. I can see.
you care to elaborate who gained the weight?
Well, no, I don't. You know,
Yeah.
we had the celebration here.
Yep.
This is 100 years.
Yep.
Good time. A lot of changes since.
Right.
But yeah, that's memories. I thought I had more hair yet at that time, but apparently not. But yeah,
Where were you guys at in your careers in that photo?
I believe I was supervisor.
Oh.
Well, wait a minute. I started in 73, so 25. Yeah,
Yep.
would have been supervisor.
Yep,
Yeah.
Rick was my supervisor at that time, and Mick Gage was a customer in New Hampton, funny heating shop. Mick was thrilled to come down that day too. And his actual sister-in-law worked in the garment department, Monty Bloom.
When we had the fire downtown, came out here. This was just an empty warehouse.
Yeah.
Mick was here the next morning and brought water tanks down and dropped them off
That's nice.
for the people here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is a,
Boy, that's been a while ago.
yeah.
yeah.
You guys look like young pups back in the
Yeah.
day.
And you're right about the weight gain.
All right, so we kind of went over this a little bit earlier on, but word on the street is Route 18 was both serviced by each of you at one point, in one point in time for many years. Let's hear an elevator pitch from both of you as to why you were the better RSR in that region.
You know, liked your job. That really helped. Getting to know people makes this easy because people like spending money with people they like. I don't like spending money with people I don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, or no.
So a big part of the job was you make them like you. Now part of it has to do with you do a good job.
Yep.
But if they like you, they'll also let you slide
Right.
with some stuff.
You mean?
Got when I was routeman some years. I was going to some other businesses' Christmas parties because I was invited to.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, just nice gesture. Well, they don't do that if they don't like it.
Right.
So that makes work go by a lot easier.
Yeah.
The other thing was, whenever you're in anything in sales, I think there's a pride thing if you can get it to the top.
Yeah.
That's just a pride thing, Route sales were published at that time. Everybody knew what you were doing for business. Some people would say, God, I wish I made the money you did. And say, well, you're selling out of the same rate book I am.
Yeah.
It's not my fault.
Right.
Pound doors or hang out. And that isn't to pat yourself on the back. Again, it's just if you take care of it, it'll. I had a lot of accounts sold for me.
Yeah.
You got a lot of somebody says, no, go see the guy in the white truck. You didn't have to sell it; it was sold for me.
Right.
So, and then it just gets bigger and bigger.
Yep. Yep.
But I don't have anything against making money.
Right.
So,
That's the good part, right?
right, right.
All right, Ken.
Well, I know I was better because Rick was my supervisor, and I learned a lot from Rick. I also had Rick in my back pocket to help me with stuff, so that made a big difference. But Rick used to have to go out and do evaluations, like on city with the customers, and I remember one in specific. The guy said, Rick said, "What do you give Kim for a rating?" He said a 10. He said, "Nobody's a 10." And he said, "I said he's a 10, he's a 10. He's better than the last round I had." Of course, I didn't hear this from Rick. I heard it from my customer when I went back to that street. But
Oh, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. Yeah.
you see him clean it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, got more heat. Look. You see him clean his up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's.
We're eating good over here.
Boo.
That was brutal, wasn't it?
Boo.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Bring some water, swish it around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been doing that.
Now,
All right, so I've heard this line before. Mats don't talk, uniforms do. What does that mean, and what's the insignificance between this?
Well, floor mats are pretty much lower maintenance. They don't have zippers, they don't have buttons, they don't have tears, so to speak. a uniform program will demand more of the routeman than a mat account, so to speak.
Right.
For those reasons, you know, the mat is, like you say, pretty much maintenance free.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. They don't gain weight. They don't get cold in the winter and want long sleeves.
Right.
Summer I want short.
Right.
yeah, the uniform demands as much attention from the routeman as anything.
Right.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. I'm telling you, I'm loving it. I'm killing it. I am. Really good. Really good.
Oh my gosh. You are
That one get
an
you?
animal.
Oh, what you do?
A little bit.
Mind over matter. That's
Mind
all
out.
it is.
All right, so I hear you both like telling a good story. Can you share with us one of your most memorable moments at City?
Well, yeah. I was going to hang a towel cabinet one day. I'll never forget this. In the back door of Dan's Main Diner in New Hampton, over the sink. They had a sink coming in the back door of the business. So Dan wanted the towel cabinet over that sink so that hopefully they could wash their hands and they came in if they were going to go to the restroom. So, and I'd hung quite a few cabinets already, but I'd only been there 2-3 years. So I got the drill out, I drilled a hole in the wall, put my screw in, and when I pulled the drill out, I had water hitting me right here.
Oh no.
Straight shot, yeah. So I hit a water line. So, you know, that's easy. You just put your finger over it, and you're standing there, and people come in and say, "What are you doing?" "No, no, hanging around." "Stop, come on in, come on in." You know, like, what am I going to do? And they just keep coming. "Hey, how are you?" Some of them I knew. "What are you doing?" "Ah, nothing, go ahead. I'll just, you know. So I could see in the toolbox, luckily, there was a small screw in there. I don't know why. Reached down, got wet, got it, took a screwdriver, turned it into the water leak, and it sealed. And I did not know 2 minutes earlier how I'm going to get out of this jam.
Oh my.
I'll never forget it. It sealed up. I moved over an inch, drilled another hole, hung the cabinet. But I learned you better make sure there's no water line above the sink.
I'd have to say one of mine was, well, there's a lot of them, but went down to Cedar Rapids for photo shoots back when we were doing calendars and go out and line up customers and whatever. And I went with Emily down to PMX, and it's a foundry.
Yep.
And Jennifer was great. She's showing us all around, you know, doing all kinds of stuff. Well, when we got back into the actual foundry, anything you touch just has black soot on it.
Wow.
Just a thick layer, and it's just there. Well, Emily had made the mistake of touching something, and she wiped her forehead. She had a big black stain on her forehead. And we're walking through the building, and Emily's like, "Hi," you know, waving at everybody. And Jennifer goes, she wanted to tell her. I said, "You can't tell her that's on her forehead. Just let her keep walking." Then she walked through the whole building waving. She's happy. So I took a picture of her, and I showed her my phone, and she's like, "Why didn't you tell me?" I said, "Well, that was part of the enjoyment. Was letting you walk through the building, having fun."
That's what made me enjoy my day today.
Yes, it was just something dumb. But that's kind of the way it always has been at City. Kind of laugh and have fun along the way.
Yeah.
Because, man, life's too short not to laugh.
Oh, God. Better than a Scooby snack, I'm telling you. Really good. Really good.
Exactly. Just eat it all.
I can't believe that I haven't bought these before and had them.
There it is.
Just can't believe it. Yeah.
Just can't believe it.
You handle them pretty good, huh?
My nose is running now.
All right.
Probably the worst part.
So we're almost to the end. And so
Don't
for this
touch your eyes.
question, it's going to be more of a contest to test your laundry knowledge.
Uh-huh.
So our industry has a lot of abbreviations. So let's see who can answer the quickest. Or
Oh, is there a buzzer? You gotta
just
hit the
blurt it out.
chicken wing.
If you know the answer, blurt it out. Okay?
Now you know I've been gone for a while.
Yeah, it's all right.
I
It's all
haven't
right.
studied it.
We've added in some that you may know and some that Ken may know and then some that you both may know. All
Can we
right.
phone a friend?
Yeah.
I'd like to call Ron the Kearns. How about you?
All right. We ready?
Huh?
All right. What does EOW stand for? One for Ken. Come on, Rick. All right. What does CED stand for?
Contract expiration date.
There you go.
I hate the word contract. Service agreement.
Service agreement.
Now to change that abbreviation.
Expiration.
We will. What does GERR stand for?
GER.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Revenue,
Yeah.
expense.
All right.
Yeah.
So it stands for Garment Expense Rental Revenue.
That wasn't part of my bonus system, so I don't think so. I don't remember that. Yeah.
Oh, these made the bottom line?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
There was others that were more important.
Right. What does OPL stand for?
Say that again.
OPL.
OPL.
That wasn't part of my bonus system either.
On-premise laundry.
I've used that one for a long time.
This facility.
All right, and the last one is PPOH.
Pounds per hour wash. PP.
No W, no W.
PP. Pounds
Yep.
per hour.
Pounds per hour. Yep, you got that.
Per operator.
Yep, per operator hour. Yep,
Per operator.
nailed it, nailed it. All right, not bad. All right, I would say,
Well, you're ahead 2-1.
Yeah, we're done.
and that's it. That's it.
Oh.
Yep,
Oh,
Ken wins. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is it, the hottest wing.
That's a bitch. Well,
You want me to call 911?
I sure hope I don't go home and talk to my dog and he dies on me.
All right, so you two have been both promoted numerous times at City. Why do you think you two have been successful in your roles in the city service department, and why do you care so much about taking care of your customer?
I think I was lucky enough to pick out to do something that I wanted to do. Not necessarily laundry business, but I wanted to drive a truck, I wanted to listen to the radio, and I wanted somebody else to pay for the gas. That's a true story.
Yep.
And the day I started, if you'd have told me I was going to be here about 45 years later, I'd have called you a liar.
Yeah.
But it was a good route.
Yeah. Ken, what about you?
It's kind of weird. I like helping people.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a big statement, broad statement, but, you know, people have issues. I like solving the issues. I like helping them work it through. And, I don't know, it's just kind of one of those weird things. If you said you want to be a nurse, I'd have said no way.
Right.
But that's helping people. But this is the kind of help that I like and I enjoy.
Yep.
Like Rick, I didn't, was I going to be with 25, 30 years, and I didn't see that either.
Right.
So kind of surprising. Well, oh,
Yeah.
that last one got you, didn't it?
Yeah, I got Rick right here. Right here, right in the chest. Good, but it was good though, right? You enjoyed it.
Oh, swell. Just swell. Yep.
Mind over matter.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of this. And for that, if you liked it, please like and subscribe to our channel down below. And that was The Wash with Ken and Rick Buhr. So thank you guys. Woo!
To check out the rest of Season 2, visit our YouTube channel.